Hey everybody, it's Josh S&E Weather. Just wanted to give you guys an update on our system that's going to come in. Probably late to looking more like it's going to be in the morning on Christmas Day. Some areas will start right about 4 or 5 a.m. Other areas about right around 6 a.m. I'm going to get into all that in a few minutes, but I want to just give you guys a look at the excuse me, the latest weather headlines. So we got a high wind warning in these areas here: Providence, Putnam, Willimantic, Hartford, Boston, Plymouth, Hyannis, Nantucket are all under a high wind warning. So let's take a look at the details. High wind warning in effect midnight Thursday night till noon, and this for the city of Hartford and Windsor Locks area. Gusty winds should be around 5 a.m. between and 10 a.m. Expecting about sustained winds 15 to 25 miles per hour in this area with gusts to 55 expected. All right, and this is from the National Weather Service, by the way. And another, right here, high wind warning in effect. South wind 15 to 25, gust to 55 for the northeast Connecticut, as well as central and interior northeast Massachusetts. The strongest winds should be between 6 a.m. and noon Friday. And then we got down here, and this is probably going to be most of the viewers' area here. High wind warning. This is for all of Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts. This goes all the way up to Gloucester, New Shoreham, Newport, Rhode Island, West Greenwich, Rhode Island, Vineyard Haven, Nantucket, Foster, Chatham, Mattapoisett, New Bedford, Fall River, Boston, Quincy. So just got a pretty decent area, including Provincetown. Um, you know, of where the strongest winds are expected to be. South winds 25 to 35 miles per hour, gust up to 65 expected. Some locations in coastal Rhode Island and southeast Massachusetts, including Cape Cod and the islands, could see gusts as high as 75 miles per hour. And the gustiest winds, strongest winds, will happen between 6 a.m. and noon Friday. And like I said, this is for Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And like I said, south winds 25 to 35, gusts to 65. And there's areas of in southeast Mass and coastal Rhode Island that could see as high as 75 miles per hour. All right, and that pretty much is all our area on the wind high wind warning. There is a wind advisory. This is for western and north central Massachusetts. They're all expecting winds 10 to 20, gusts to 50. Strongest winds 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in those areas. And other than that, that's it for the wind weather headlines. Excuse me. I'm falling all over the place with my own words. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the flood watch right now. This is pretty much almost our whole area. 2 to 3 inches of rainfall is expected, is what they're saying at the National Weather Service. Here we go. Here's another one. So that area, let's see. I mean, so Barnstable, Dukes, Essex, Eastern Norfolk, Eastern Plymouth, Nantucket, Northern Bristol, Southeast Middlesex, Southern Bristol, Southern Plymouth, Suffolk, Western Essex, Western Norfolk, and Western Plymouth counties in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Block Island, Bristol, Eastern Kent, Newport, Northwest, Providence, Southeast Providence, Washington, and Western Kent, Rhode Island. Why did they put it like that? They could have just said, and all of Rhode Island. Just throw it out there like that. And all of Rhode Island and Block Island or something. Make it shorter. But they decided to go all county, but that's fine. So rainfall totals, like I said, 2 to 3 inches. Um, this is what they're saying. Heavy rain may produce significant flooding of urban and poor drainage areas, as well as small streams and rivers. Um, Listen, there's areas that got a foot of snow. You know, those rivers and streams are probably already kind of high already with all that runoff. And I was just up in Brockton and Easton today, and Mansfield. I mean, they've still got a pretty solid snowpack on the ground. It's just gonna exasperate the situation. And so we got to keep an eye on streams, keep an eye on rivers, keep an eye on urban and poor drainage flooding. Um, I mean, hey, listen, the good thing now, the rain's going to last for quite a while on, late Thursday night into Friday. My thinking right now is that it's going to be more of a Friday morning thing than a Thursday night thing. When I say Friday morning, I'm talking about like between midnight and 5 a.m. I'm going to show you the exact timing shortly, but for right now, it goes into Friday afternoon. I think the European computer model does show it the last of the rain possibly exiting between 7 and 10 o'clock at night. So it's gonna be a pretty rainy day on Christmas Day, and and I've said this before. The ground is wet. It's already moist. It's saturated. Add on 2 to 3 inches of rain, and then add in the winds, and you're gonna have trees falling, and that's something I am a little concerned about with that area. All right, and here we go. I'm just gonna show you this. The wind gust potential. I mean, they put as max wind gusts, but they got 65 to 70. Look, almost this whole area right in here. So they're expecting somewhere in this area to be the highest winds. I mean, you still got 60 to 65 out in the Cape area. Um, uh, I kind of wish they would use a different color so it wouldn't blend in. It looks like Taunton, obviously Taunton for sure. You can see Providence is in there, Coventry. It looks like Fall River is right on the boundary of this area. Definitely Lakeville, definitely Rehoboth, definitely Seacock. Um, well, maybe Easton, maybe even Brockton. So, it's just going to be a really, really tough morning go. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was borderline scary looking outside, seeing those winds just going. But I don't want to get you guys all fearful and whatnot about that. So let's get into the computer models. Here's the European computer model. I did have this set up and I forgot to change it back. All right, here we go. So the Euro right now has, it's probably going to start drizzling around 1 o'clock in the morning, and then showers start moving in around 4 a.m. And then it just picks up and just gets heavier and heavier. Here we are at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the system starts exiting right around 10 o'clock. This is about 10 o'clock at night, and most of the heavy rain should be offshore. There might be just some scattered showers back in here. It's just going to be a wet, dreary day. All right, let's take a look at the 925 millibar level of the atmosphere for, let's see those gusty winds. I mean, look, this is in knots, all right? And I actually forgot to add something here. Let me get my little pencil thingy out. There we go. All right. So this whole area right in there at 925 millibars, that whole area is hurricane force, or close to, I should say, because 62 miles per hour really isn't it. But to me, it's close enough. You're definitely right in the 70 mile per hour range. And that's in the upper area of the atmosphere. Now, if you get warm temperatures, all right, if you get warmer temperatures and warm dew points, and heat rises up, also known as temperature advection, it could help those winds come down. And this is a concern for me. And just to give you an idea of what these temperatures are going to look like on Christmas Day, yeah, it's going to be warm. You got 60s. Like you're talking about, like I would say between 58 and 63 degrees on Christmas Day as the system blows right on by. That is a concern for me. All right. So we got to keep an eye on that because hopefully that doesn't happen, but it is a possibility. Total precipitation, I mean, I think it's pretty much self-explanatory here. 1 to 3, 2 to 3. I did find it interesting that out in this area here, you're starting to get into the 3 to 4 inch range. But I think for the most part, 2 to 3 inches, as the National Weather Service has called it, I think that is going to be the outcome. And one another thing that I'm a little concerned about, and I've been showing this map here, and it looks like these numbers are getting higher, which is showing more to me, more and more of a chance that it's going to be very heavy rainfall, and also that it's going to be could even be thunderstorms. Um, I want to look at another thing here. Here we go, dew points. So, I mean, when do you see it? 60-degree dew points. So it's going to feel muggy out. It's going to feel humid outside on Christmas Day in southern New England. Next year, before you know, it'll be zero in a blizzard. Um, and then I can already picture a bunch of you saying, yes, yes, yes. But then some of you might say, "Oh, not next year. I want it this year." But hey, there you go. I mean, you're definitely going to get a human air mass to come in. The good thing is that the waters here in off the southern New England coast, all this water is cold. It is colder. And that's really knocking this humidity down. And I really believe that's what's happening here. Because otherwise, I really think that all that humid air mass would just be funneled right in, just funneled. But I think it's a good thing that it's the waters are colder, because otherwise we'd be talking about an outbreak of severe weather. How strong this front is. So, so for right now, looks like for those who are away from the coast, outside Rhode Island and Eastern Mass, it's 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, gusts to 55. And, it looks like Rhode Island, Eastern Mass, sustained winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour. Gusts, I'm going to say 65 to 75. I would say gusts are going to be between 60 and 70 miles per hour. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone got close to, or if not over 80 miles per hour winds. Um, I'm going to get into that right this second. Here we go. I mean, um, bringing it a little close. I mean, look at some of these winds. I mean, now this is in miles per hour. I actually think they need to upgrade this to a warning because, I mean, unless the GFS says something else, let's take a look. I mean, the GFS is still is up in the 60s, and then now 3KN. So I think those who have a high wind warning, sorry, a wind advisory, you're gonna get upgraded to a high wind warning. Um, I just don't see this not happening. I really don't. Um, it's possible that what they're actually following is what this is. Because if you look, if it actually does really look like that, because most of the wind advisories were, I believe, it was out here. I wish I didn't close that map out. I was out in this area here, and you could see that the winds are not entirely high here at that 925 level. But if you look over here, yeah, they're out of control. Um, that is a possibility of what's happening there. Um, and that's why they are keeping it lower, you know. Um, let me see. So Nope, nope, that's winter. We don't have any of that going on yet. So you can see right here, the winds are just gonna come barreling through, and we're talking about a decent storm for sure. Let's see. So to give you an idea of what the Euro is suggesting, I can't see with that. Anyways, I'll try to outline it here. So this dark gray area is pretty much 70-mile-per-hour winds. All right, and this area here, inside that dark area, that's 74, and then this is 76. Less area here, and then you're talking about right around 80-mile-per-hour winds right there. I think it's a possibility that someone gets a 80-mile-per-hour wind gust out of this. So Christmas morning, it's going to be wild. The wind, the strongest of the winds. Let's see. Let's put this up. No, that's wind speed. I want gusts. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it's noontime between 12 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. These winds should be getting out of here. Um, it looks like about 2 or 3 o'clock it'll finally exit the Cape Cod area and then tuck it. So it's just gonna be a nasty, nasty day. Um, Let me get into the non 3KN real quick. Nope. Where is it? Here we go. So I want to just show you this. So as you can see, actually showers could start late on, could even start tomorrow night, right in the evening time. So let's see, this would be around 6 o'clock. And showers starting to move in, drizzle, nothing crazy yet. And then you're starting to see the heavy rain starting to come in around 4 a.m. Moving it further. And the worst of it is this is 11 o'clock, and once that goes through, I wouldn't be surprised if that's when the winds start dying down. So that's it in a nutshell. It's gonna be a pretty nasty, nasty morning for sure. Right now my thinking is, and I've been saying this so far, is 1 to 3 inches of rain. I'm expecting winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour with sorry, excuse me. Those are gusts. The gust 60 to 70 miles per hour. There is the possibility that someone gets close to 80, if not a little over 80-mile-per-hour wind gust. Um, Trying to think. Temperature is going to be in the 60s. It's going to feel humid outside. Um, yeah, so I think the flood threat is there, the wind threat is there. Well, look, thunderstorms for sure, most likely. It's a possibility that some of these could be thunderstorms. There's not a lot of cape with it, so it might be just like a small rumble of thunder, but definitely, definitely, definitely some real heavy downpours. So, but that's it, guys. Everyone have a great night, and I will try to have an update sometime tomorrow afternoon, and that'll be the last one before the storm starts. All right, and everybody have a great Christmas.